sure I didn't want to make this. I didn't want to make this video. Or I didn't want to stream this, but fortunately I gotta, because somebody didn't keep their end of the agreement. Well, we didn't agree on it. It was just common sense, but Midnight, why? I kept quiet. I didn't say anything. Wasn't gonna say anything. I'm just gonna put it behind me. And yet you decided to go tell people. A hypocrite much? That is you full-blown being a hypocrite. You basically called me all this crap, called me a child, yet I owned up to what happened with the drama that happened between you and me. And from that day, I basically wasn't going to talk about it, wasn't going to re-bring up the subject. No, nothing. I was just going to put it behind me and forget about it. The fact that yesterday I found out that you told another friend of yours, because the moment I joined his party, he left. So, I really didn't want to make this video. I hate drama. I just hate being a part of it. But in this situation, I'm basically... You're calling me a child when you're the one who's being a hypocrite about childish things. You are being a child. I owned up to it, and I was just gonna leave this entire situation alone. So was my brother, and so were his friends. I told one other person, but that was because in case of a shit like this that happens, that you say something to somebody else, I'm gonna have somebody to help me be calm and collected, because I know Screw isn't gonna be on all the time. So the fact that you went and told and let this get out of hand just proves to me and my friends that I'm being the bigger person even after this situation. And I don't care if one of your friends stumbles across this video and sends it to you, and then you end up messaging me saying all this stuff like you did last time. There's a line. You do not cross that line. But you've already crossed it with what you messaged me. So, maybe learn to not be a hypocrite and actually act your age. And that whole, yeah, but you're older than me argument is such bullshit. Like, the fact is, yeah, I'm older than you, but I'm not an adult yet. So of course I'm gonna act childish from time to time. Like, it's not even bad, but when it comes to bullshit like this that is just controversial and really didn't need to be argued about, which could have just been talked out civilly, didn't happen because you were upset that I called you out and I pulled the same shit you did. So, in summary, learn from this. Learn from your mistake and actually own up to your own fucking shit. Because I did. I owned up to my shit. Because I knew I was wrong in that situation, but I really didn't care. The fact that you went out of your way to message me all that shit talk was childish. And I called you a dumbass once, and that was about it. Think before you speak. Think before you type. I am done. Because after this, I might just walk away from social media and PlayStation. Because to know there are people out there like you just makes me lose motivation to do anything. Because now I haven't been having the motivation to do anything. I've been sleeping in more. Granted, I've been sleeping in because I don't go to school. Yeah, I'm a dropout, but it doesn't mean I'm stupid. The fact is, of course, I showed some people the screenshots. But that was because you went across that line and said that shit. What you say can have negative consequences, and I will say this: your actions got one of your friends banned off PlayStation because they said some shit that wasn't okay. You are basically the one who needs to fucking learn. Yeah, I'm 17. What of it? Tell me. See, if I'm 17 and I act a little bit childish, yet I get criticized for it, well, you try to act mature, but you always act childish. And I criticize you for that. And you basically deny that you are a child. Like, that is the most hypocritical thing I've ever fucking heard of. Like, I seriously wasn't gonna talk about this. I was just gonna fucking keep it just locked up and never talk about it again. But the fact that I found out yesterday that you told people, just by the response of somebody leaving when I joined, tells me you did say shit. You did run your mouth. Either, and I will say this to you, and I'm not threatening you. And you too, I am not threatening him. Learn from this. Learn from your fucking mistakes. Because this is the real world. What you say will fuck you over in the long run. Yeah, I always say, yeah, I had to fucking deal with bullshit for a year. I wasn't fucking kidding. You may think I'm probably joking about that shit. No, I wasn't fucking kidding. Why do you think when I see bullshit, I pull bullshit? Because that's how, when it comes to bullshit, the other person's just gonna keep saying bullshit, so you gotta say bullshit back. And when I was calling you out on your bullshit on that day, you decided, like, fucking, honestly, just keep your mouth shut about this. It doesn't need to be told to your friend group. The fact is you're making yourself look bad. Because, of course, I'm gonna tell my brother and my dad that you talked about it. Because I told them to not talk about it, to no longer mention it. And after finding out yesterday that you talked, annoys me. The fact that it's common sense that I wasn't going to talk about it until you said shit about it. Until you decided to talk about it to your friends knowing you, you're probably shit talking me right now. You're probably saying some shit to your friends. And here's the thing. When you call somebody a child, don't ever say, and I mean don't ever say, that they shouldn't expect to be treated like a human being. Because you want to know what that does to a human mind? That fucks with the human mind. As somebody who hasn't been treated like a human before, it is not fucking nice. It is very harsh. It will damage your emotions. It is unpleasant. The fact that you said that, the fact that it actually had an effect on me, that I actually started crying, doesn't mean I'm a fucking little bitch. It means you said some shit that really hit me because I can relate to it. When you insult somebody, make sure it's a damn good insult. Like, saying I'm a spoiled brat, when I'm not even spoiled, when everybody in my friend groups knows, even my parents know, is I don't ask for much. Occasionally I'll ask for, like, hey, can you get me a bottle of soda, or can you get like a pizza, or that, but half the time I don't even ask for anything. I usually, what I'll do is I'll be like, hey, is there anything I can do to get money? And that's about it. Is it the fact that you're fucking jealous that that we get income tax, but we actually get money on income tax? Like, our mom gives us an amount that it times basically our age now times 5. Are you jealous because of that? Is that why you're calling us spoiled? You want to know a little secret? That happens once a fucking year. I'm not even kidding. And half the time, my mom only did it recently. My mom only did it this month, because last time it was in the middle, like it happened towards like winter that she did it towards January when it was still winter. Like, she filed them in December, but didn't get them until January. Is that why you're upset? Is that why you're calling me and my brother spoiled? That isn't spoiled. The fact that it happens once a year doesn't mean we're spoiled. It means that we have something to look forward to. Because, hey, I could go buy a new controller because my controller's busted. And that happens only once a year. The thing is I didn't ask for my own PS4. It was already pre-planned for me. My brother asked, but my dad ended up buying me one when it was already pre-planned, because I was supposed to get it this income tax. But I got it last year. I got it for Christmas. And I didn't ask for it. Because my mom and me already arranged a deal that if I went to either Job Corps or Braves Academy and I attended for a year, I would have my very own PS4. So, and I know I went off on a tangent, but I wanted to address that as well. And I did say to my friend that I was only going to talk about how you talked about it, but I wanted to throw that in there as a little extra few minutes. But Midnight, you honestly gotta you just honestly gotta think before you speak and not be a hypocrite. And not say shit that will ultimately harm somebody else. Because, trust me, if I was as I was when I was 15, I would have probably just ended it when you said it. When you called me that, when you would have called me a child, and that I shouldn't be treated like a human. Like, shit like that, you could end up ultimately taking somebody's life with your words. And the fact that is I've gotten better now with my depression. The fact is if you said that to somebody else who is suicidal or very deep down in the rabbit hole of depression, they're gonna take their own life. They're gonna. The fact that you say that, you can't take that back. You gotta learn. You gotta learn what you say online. Because if it's controversial, it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass. Especially if it's controversial bullshit. So, that is my only word to you. Is stop being an asshole. And actually learn from your mistakes and actually own up to shit if you are also in the wrong, because I think you were pissed off because you knew I was going to be the bigger man. You knew I was going to be the bigger person and actually own up to being in the wrong, and I was just going to forget this and just keep it behind me and bury it. But this will be the only response I make to you. It will be my only and last response to this whole drama bullshit that happened. So, either keep saying shit or shut the fuck up. Because I don't care what you think. You think I give a fuck? No. You say you don't give a shit? I know you give a shit. Kids your age will say that, and I fucking know that's a dead-ass lie. For somebody like me who doesn't trust anybody, who has horrible trust issues, people like that, they don't care. They absolutely don't have any shits to give. Because half the time, they don't feel anything. They don't feel any emotion. They're just empty because of bullshit like this. So, if you do respond back, I'm not going to respond back. This will be my only and final response to you. And this controversial bullshit. I am sick of it. I'm tired of it. And I just want to fucking bury this shit. If you're not going to bury it, so be it. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to respond back if you fucking respond. And if your friends show you this video, I don't care. Go ahead, flag it. Fucking, I know you're going to flag it. I know you're going to report it. But if that's the case, then I'll just make an update. So, adios, amigo. And learn from your mistake. Else, you'll stumble across the wrong person.